Hey, my name is JaQuera, but you guys can call me Jay. And if you're new here, you're family now, so bring it on in. Bring it on in, okay? Y'all, today is a highly requested video, and it is the differences between New Zealand and the USA. So let's get right on into it. I have about 15-ish differences that I'm gonna run through. So the first one I'm gonna get into would have to be the words they use. I'm gonna do a whole separate video on this, but like when I first got here, they were using words and I was like, what is that? Words are many regards. They use keen a lot, and keen would be like, are you down? It's very different. Jandals, they wear a lot of jandals here, which are sandals. Key differences between the words that they use here versus the words we use back home in the US. It's just sometimes don't be flowing, sometimes it don't be flowing. I also have words like kia ora or morena, which are greetings, which we don't usually use in the States. Usually in the States we use dare or to whom it may concern for things like that. Good morning, simple. So that was number one. Number two, we have tipping. In the US, tipping is such a big thing. Usually you use 10% or 20% of your bill to tip your waiter. Here, there is no tips. Zero. Zero, 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 zero. There is zero. And also everything is factored into the price already. So if I see something that's $13, I'm paying $13. So those little extra taxes and everything they put on the bill extra in the US is already factored in. So when I look at, oh, I want that, I know I can afford that. But in the States, it's something like, oh, I brought $13 only. And now I just bought something that's $13 and now you got $1.20 of tax and now your bill is 15 bucks. So number three, our top sports are completely different. In the States, the top sport is American football. For New Zealand, the top sport is rugby. Rugby is such a big thing here. Such a small country, but they do have like different little leagues that you can play in for rugby. And there is a national team for it, which are called the All Blacks. Number four is gonna be that they drive on the opposite side of the road. I actually wanna know, I might have to look that up, but which side of the road was first? Because was it the left or was it the right? New Zealand drives on the right side of the road and the US drives on the left. I'm going to the passenger side a lot when I'm getting in cars to only realize that's where the driver sits. So I don't know. That's number four. Let's get into number five. Number five is a big one. And we're gonna talk about maternity leave. When I tell y'all, it was like somebody's on maternity leave, and I was like, oh, when they coming back? And it was like they got 6 months off. And usually they pay them to have a kid. And they still got their job when they come back. All the side eyes in the world. All the side eyes in the world. I'm low-key jealous. I don't have any kids yet. But when the time comes, I wish it was like in a country like this, or I wish my country was a little like this one. Because in the US, you're only getting 6 weeks. And that's for the mother. That's not even for the father. Like for the mother, they're getting 6 weeks and then they gotta go back to work. Most times the pay is at least half of what their normal pay is. It's not like even 100%. So going into like the baby thing and them paying them to have babies, their public healthcare system is gonna have to be number 6. We just gotta roll right in there. It's free. Like, I don't really have nothing else to say, but their healthcare is free. Like, they don't have to worry about, oh, how am I gonna pay? Versus in the US, you're paying for everything from a doctor's visit to medicine to appointments. You're paying for all that. Now, one thing I have noticed while being here and working here is that sometimes the wait can be a little bit longer than you expected. Versus in the US, you could go into any doctor and probably have an appointment if it was really necessary. Here, sometimes I can be waiting a while because it's free for everybody. I might be mistaken, but I feel like they don't have a lot of doctors. There's a lot of doctors in private care or the private sector. There's a private sector for the people who don't want to wait. Majority, it's free. Get whatever you need done and get it taken care of. It can be continuous. You don't have to worry about, oh, well, I have to take out a loan or whatever to make sure I pay this bill. Number 7. Y'all, let me tell y'all. The weather and holidays do not match. I just cannot. I just cannot. It does not match. We just got over the Christmas break and it was literally hot AF. Did not feel like Christmas, like at all. Like Christmas felt like another day. A lot of times I heard that they do a lot of Christmas barbecues, which for the US, that is really a summertime thing, but Christmas is also in its own. Like here, Christmas is during the summer, so it's like, well, what do y'all do in the winter? Because winter is June, July, August. Ain't no holidays there. So you have nothing to celebrate during the winter but be cold? Like, yeah. Right now, I actually live in the southern hemisphere. I can check that off my bucket list. But I don't know if I'm really feeling summertime during Christmas. Number 8 is gonna have to be the access to products. In the US, you can order Amazon online and have it within like a day. Whereas here, you order something, it's coming in like 2-3 weeks. You is not getting it right away. But that's such a good thing because it's less convenience. Like you have to get out there and shop. You know, there's less plastic, there's less boxes all around. So I guess it's safe for the environment, but I'm used to having access if I need something and then coming to somewhere where there isn't access. It's a big change. I like it though. Less litter. Oh, matter of fact, we can go into number 8. New Zealand is so clean. I can walk down one of the busiest streets, which is like Queen Street, let's say Queen Street, and the amount of trash, I would say is about 95% not there. You have the 5%, but it's already in the bins. I mean, in the trash cans. It's already in the trash cans, so they just have to, you know, take the trash. But it's not like littered everywhere. Whereas if you go to LA, I've been to LA a few times and it's just trashy a little bit. No hate to LA or New York City, but you can tell, like when you can tell the difference. I can walk anywhere and it's just so clean and I love it. And being clean was number 10. Oh, y'all, I don't know what number I'm on. Hold on.
2 moments later.
I was saying, we are actually on number 9. New Zealand does not have the animals that we have in the US. They don't have any poisonous animals. They don't have any bears, wolves, or anything like that. They just don't. I don't know. I don't even think they have snakes. I'm gonna put no snakes right here if they have no snakes. If I just put snakes, they do got snakes. But I believe they don't really have snakes either, which means I can go hiking and doing things that I want to do and not have to worry about no animal coming get me, okay? In the US, of course, like I said, since New Zealand doesn't have it, the US do have bears and snakes and things that bite you out of the blue. It is what it is. Number 10, I'm gonna have to make a reel on Instagram about. If you do not follow me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me at JaQuera, JaQuera. Go follow me on Instagram. While you at it, go ahead and subscribe down below, okay? But let me tell you, there is no central heating or air in almost 90% of places in New Zealand. When I found that out, I was like, I know you lying. In my apartment right now, I actually don't know what that is, but I think that's a heater. It might have a heater, maybe, but I have to use a fan. It's summertime, I have to use a fan. That's not a real thing where I can go and just tap the AC and, you know, turn it on because it's hot and humid. Number 11 is going to be no return. This goes into how we talked about it takes a long time to get things. You rarely are going to return anything. And in New Zealand, they don't really do returns. It's not a thing. You go, you see what you like, and you buy it. You don't go and wear it out on a night, US, and then think you're finna go return it. Oh, you not wore those shoes once? Go return it. Hey, you have Amazon. It's easily accessible. You could try something out. If you don't like it, you can return it back. In New Zealand, since it's so secluded, that is not always the case. Number 12, I'm gonna have to give it to the US. It has more dining variety. Don't get me wrong, Auckland has a lot of variety, but New Zealand as a whole, I don't feel has a very big variety. I feel like the variety is bigger in the US. You're not gonna roll up somewhere in New Zealand and get Jamaican oxtail. It's just not gonna happen. Nigerian food, not gonna happen. Mexican food, they do have a few Mexican places, maybe like 2 or 3 that's actually like sit down. It's not happening. In the US, you can go wherever and probably find what you're looking for, as long as you're not in rural US. Number 12 would be how small New Zealand is compared to the US. The US has like 66 million people versus New Zealand has only 5 million people. I think they got more sheep than people. I'm gonna have to look that up. But I believe they have more sheep than people. New Zealand only has like little parts of the island that's actually inhabited. A lot of it is not inhabited, whereas in the US, it's a lot of goddamn people. And the last one is the Hemispheres. New Zealand is located in the most southernest part of the world, other than South America. I think it's kind of parallel a little bit, and then Antarctica, of course. But it's really down here. I didn't realize it was down here that much, but it's really down here. Whereas in the US, you live in the northern hemisphere. But those are the main differences that I've seen. I will actually have a few more sit-down video content with my US versus New Zealand, and we'll see the differences. But so far, some of the pros are outweighing the other pros. If you guys watched all the way to this point, I thank you guys so much. Comment down below some other things you guys want me to do while in New Zealand. And until next time, peace.